Diseñamos flight LA 2039 destination to Cusco.
Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. This is my solo travel vlog in Cusco, Peru. This nice lady who was sitting next to me on the plane, she and her boyfriend offered to drive me to my hotel. How nice of them. Cusco is a city near the Sacred Valley of Incas. The city was declared a World Heritage Site by UNESCO in 1983, also known as the historical capital of Peru. After checking in at my hotel, I went out to have my first dinner at Greenpoint, which was just a couple minutes walk away. Okay, thank you. It's a 100% vegan restaurant offering a large menu of international fusion dishes. I didn't know they also offer a vegan Airbnb guest house, so if you're looking for a place to stay, check out their website.
Thank you. With momos.
All the dishes I had tasted as good as they looked. I highly recommend you stop by here during your visit. The next day is when the adventure began, but first, breakfast. The staff were really helpful and willing to accommodate my vegan diet. Then I waited for my tour guide to pick me up.
Plaza de Armas. Oh, Plaza de Armas. I heard of it, yeah, I didn't know it was this.
I booked all my day trips and activities through Bamba Experience. I don't know if I would recommend them because it's been a hit or miss. You would know if you watched my Mexico vlog. But anyway, at least everything went smoothly for today. About 2 hours later, I've reached Cruz Pata for quad bike adventure. This was my first time riding quad bike, so I was quite nervous.
When you can change the gear, you have to lose the gas 1 second, okay? And then change, never to do together.
We got to practice for a bit and it was actually quite easy. Don't I look like a badass here? They even gave me a special helmet for my GoPro. Sadly, my GoPro had a shitty battery life, so by the time we got to the most scenic spot, it died. The footage from my main vlogging camera was unusable. The route was very easy and straightforward, so even if you're a beginner, you wouldn't have a problem doing this. I highly recommend this activity because the view was just epic. Next location on the itinerary is the Mara salt mines. It was impressive to see thousands of saltwater ponds right in front of your eyes. The ponds will evaporate and leave behind the crystallized salt. And this process has been practiced for more than 500 years. They sell great souvenirs and snacks on site using the salt here. And I bought 2 dark chocolate bars that were vegan friendly and tasty. Afterward, I got dropped off back at Cusco City. I know, as a vegan, I shouldn't be taking tourist pictures with animals, but I couldn't help it. I decided to have lunch at the Green Patio, which is also run by the same owner of Greenpoint. However, according to Google and Happy Cow, this restaurant is now permanently closed. The menus were different and the cost of food here was slightly cheaper. I ordered the Peruvian burger with quinoa patty and it was not bad. After lunch, I walked around my hotel's neighborhood, called San Blas. It is one of Cusco's most picturesque districts, characterized by narrow and steep streets, colonial houses built with walls of Incan stones, and numerous art workshops. I highly recommend staying in this area. Another day, another adventure. Today, I booked a day trip to hike the Rainbow Mountain. We had a quick and light breakfast before the hike begins.
From here to the top is 8 kilometers. It takes just 3 hours. 1, 2, 3. Who we are?
Within the first 5 minutes, before the ground started slanting upward, I was already out of breath.
Gracias. Thank you.
I didn't expect my body to be this weak. The high altitude plus my lack of exercise really made this super challenging for me. I had no choice but to ride the mule. I really did not expect my body would just shut down like this. I felt bad for the mule and the handler. The mule couldn't pass a certain point, so I still had to get off and hike for about 30 minutes to reach the top. That 30 minutes was like hell for me. Even though it was a rough experience, I'm still glad I made it to the top, because the view from up here was absolutely breathtaking. The next day was a special day, my 25th birthday. I booked a day trip to Machu Picchu through Bamba Experience. Cause what else could be more epic than spending your birthday at the most famous World Heritage Site in all of South America? Machu Picchu is listed as one of the 7 wonders of the world.
This place is so gorgeous. Thank you. So scared.
This massive yet refined architecture of Machu Picchu blends aesthetically with the natural environment. The Incas built the site around 1450 but abandoned it a century later at the time of the Spanish conquest. Many archaeologists now believe that it served as a royal estate for Inca emperors. Others have theorized that it was a religious site. Until today, the purpose of this site still remains a mystery. I was supposed to have a tour guide for this day trip, but he or she was nowhere to be found. When I returned to the hotel, the manager gave me a little surprise. He offered me free drinks and snacks from the bar. I was so happy. This was the second best thing happened on my birthday. He even veganized the mushroom bruschetta for me. I was so touched by the hotel's exceptional and thoughtful service. I highly recommend this hotel. On to my last day in this enchanting ancient city. I booked another day trip tour to do some rafting and zip lining. The rafting was just okay for me because it wasn't as thrilling as I was expecting. On the other hand, the zip lining was too intense for me. I wasn't sure how to brake the wheel with one hand, so I accidentally touched the rope when going down at full speed. It scraped the inner part of my hand badly, even with a glove on. So yeah, it was a painful memory for me. Afterward, I wandered around the historic center of Cusco one last time. I decided to have my last dinner at the Shaman restaurant because according to Happy Cow, it is the top-rated restaurant in Cusco. I instantly fell in love with the chill ambience and the spiritual decor. This restaurant is dedicated to ancient shamanic food practices. They offer vegan and raw food such as salads as well as traditional Peruvian dishes. I had the raw power salad. The portion was generous and the dressing was delicious. I also had this raw dessert. I liked that it wasn't too sweet. The chocolate sauce was very dark and rich. It paired well with the ripe and sweet banana. The owner also sells these beautiful handmade accessories in store. I was happy to end my Cusco trip here. Thank you for watching until the end. I hope you enjoyed it. Please support me by giving this video a thumbs up, leave a comment, and hit the subscribe button. Also, turn on the notification alert so you'll know when I upload a new video. See you!